Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Wednesday. We are Instagram live right now, waiting for people to come in, and hope y'all are doing fantastic. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. If you're listening live, welcome in to the journey that we call the Growing Green podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to the Instagram live tonight. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you've had a good week so far. Wanted to hop on tonight and just talk through some stuff. Man, what a week it's been. It was a short week last week due to the holiday, and today I was awakened to the cost of doing business more so than I have been recently, and all that's just part of it, right? That's just part of it. It was a good day. We did a lot of just odds and ends maintenance. I'm in the field this week mowing, and so it's been a crazy week from that point on. Our lawn maintenance foreman is out on vacation, so I'm stepping in to fill that role, and that's just what it's been. So we got a lot to debrief. A lot of comments coming in from our video talking about the mower getting flipped. A lot of just absolute goons on the internet talking about all that we should have done, all that we should have changed. The number one comment that everyone keeps saying that I don't understand, there's no roll bars on the mower because it's a stand-on. That's why there's no roll bars there, guys. It's not a sit-down. So you only have roll bars on zero turns, not stand-ons. But welcome to the show, everybody. This is a podcast for Wednesday if you're watching live. But what's up, Matt? What's up, Lucas? What's going on, everybody? Sounds like Jack maybe trying to make an entrance in here, but we will see if that happens or not. Hope you're having a good evening so far. I got a bug flying around me. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good week. It's been a good week for us. Like I said, I've been in the truck mowing, and so that's just been kind of off and on. Kind of been trying to get stuff done, estimates sent out and things like that. It's hard to do when you're stuck in the truck, and I know that I'm not the only one that feels that. That feels that when you get to the point where you're not in the truck every day and you have to get back in the truck, it's tough. And so that's been something we've been kind of working through. What's up, Jesse? Downey's Property says, stuff happens, move forward. That's right. Got to just move forward. Kyle, what's up, dude? Tomato Landscaping, sharpen those blades while it's upside down. Yeah, I did get a look at the blades while it was upside down and make sure that they were in good shape. So luckily we flipped that thing over and it was actually good to go. It's been fine. We've put 20 hours on it probably since then, and it's been running like a top. So blessed with that aspect for sure. But if anybody's got any questions, drop them below. Mike Pletz, How to Hardscape, is in here today. How you doing, buddy? That was one of my favorite podcast interviews with Mike. That was awesome. Knoxville Landscaping. Our grass is so dry and dying here in Tennessee. Knoxville Landscaping. Dude, I was with you 2 weeks ago. We finally started getting consistent showers. We've gotten our summer showers here recently, and so it's finally starting to grow again. We were getting to the point where we seriously were within a week or two of no rain. If we did not have rain in the next week, I was really starting to get worried. I was like, we actually might stop mowing everything at this point. There was a few things we were able to do, but like stuff was starting to really, really die out, and that was tough. So Lone Wolf says, hottest crap in New Jersey, send us some rain. Yeah, Ken with Stripe Life, he's in Maryland. I just know he's in the Northeast, and he said that y'all been getting pummeled and no rain, no break yet. So I definitely understand that. Like I said, up till 2 weeks ago, we went over a month with no rain, so it was rough. Tomei said, hey, we talked about our hand injuries as we did the same thing. Let's see your hand. Yes, dude, that was crazy. So we actually had this almost the exact same hand injury And you can see here, so these are my scars right here and here and here. Luckily, they were able to put all my fingers back on, thankfully. Could have been a lot worse, but luckily they were able to put them all back together. And so I can still move them for the most part. I can't bend this index here. But other than that, I can still move them pretty good. So the modern miracle of surgeons. Lucas Blumling said, "I'll give you some of our rain. Has been raining all day today in Indiana." Yeah, y'all are getting Beryl, I think, right? Y'all are getting the hurricane come up there. I've been talking to why can't I think of his name? I could have told you his name any other day. JC's Lawn Tips, Jared. I've been talking to Jared back and forth on Instagram. He said that they've been crazy. He's in Wisconsin. So they've been getting crazy amounts of rain. So it's weird that happened. See, we were the opposite because last summer we were the ones that were getting pummeled with rain. The Midwest had none. Everything was dying out. And so we had so much rain. We were tied up on a job that should have taken a week and a half maybe. We were on that job for 3 weeks because we had so much rain. Van Green Lawn Care, growth is dwindling on some non-irrigated lawns up here in the Great White North. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you don't have irrigation, we were getting to that point where like we weren't going to keep cutting stuff any longer. So thankfully, we got some rain and some showers, and now we should be hopefully good to go. How to Hardscape said, Ledge Hill. We got to talk, Dom. We got to talk about that a little bit about our new purchase. If you're still in here, How to Hardscape said, when does Growing Green start hardscaping? I'm halfway through a hardscaping project right now. I started laying a Belgard patio in my backyard, and I got halfway through, and I just literally, we've gotten so busy and booked out, I've had zero time to finish it. So I need to take about a day and put me and the guys on it and just knock it out. It's just taking a day to do that because like it's hard for me to justify doing that at home on a work day when I have the guys, because like I need to be in the office and they need to be doing maintenance or other things, but we got to get that finished up. So we've actually supposed to be bidding one. Hopefully, we were pretty much told we had the job. I already sent the estimate for it back in end of April, early May. They pretty much told us we had the job in July, and so I hope we end up getting it. It's just a little patio extension, so that will be good if we get that. Knoxville Landscape said, I'm about to put up the mowers for a bit. Yeah, I get it, dude. You sometimes you got to. It's sometimes you got to just roll with the punches, man. Roll with the punches. Try to get into some irrigation service maybe, or trim shrubs or something like that, just to keep yourself busy. Valley's Lawn Care. Showers are coming down in the west side of the state. Yeah, I was talking to Knoxville there. Hopefully I'll get some more rain, because I tell you what, we needed it, and we finally got it. So we got 2 good storms roll through today. So it was good. No rain in 28 days. Lone Wolf Landscaping. No, man. See, that was us. That was us 2 years ago. We were literally, or 2 years ago, 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago. It had been a month since we had rain. So I totally get it. Kyle said, heat wave in Washington State, 90 LOL. Yeah, we're finally getting some rain. The temps aren't dropping really. We're 96, 97, 98 almost every day. It was cloudy today, so we got really blessed with that. But other than that, the heat has not let up yet. So RG said they got labels all over the mower for you now, Jeremiah. Yeah, gotta have mower, gotta have labels. I'm actually gonna make a video. Our motor label, the horsepower label on the Deere, came off and landed somehow directly straight on the mower deck. So now I have a 27.5 horsepower deck. Bet you've never seen that one before. Widener said, dumping right now here from Beryl. Yeah, I've seen y'all, the Ohio, Michigan, y'all about to get all that rain from Beryl. It missed us, went west of us, came up to Houston. I saw it made a mess out there. But I kind of wish we were getting some of it, if I'm being honest, because we just need like a good soaking for a day or two. The showers are good, but we need a good, like, really dump for a day or two like you're getting there. Nice to see the face and the hand. Got to go talk later. Sounds good, dude. Supreme, Jamie's in here, said, storm's about to smack Cincinnati at 12. Need it so bad. That's good. I'm glad we're not the only ones that needed the rain, because we needed the rain bad. But I'm glad y'all are getting some. Kellen said, miss the guys. Hope Cullen's enjoying the beach. He's the reason that I'm out in the field every single day this week. He's out on vacation this week, so he earned it and enjoyed it. Glad to see him back here soon. Valley's Lawn Care, how you liking the Q8s? How many hours you got on them? Let's see. Q8s, we have, I think I was on one today. The 54 has 78 hours, I think, 78 or 80, and the 60 has 55 or 60 maybe. We definitely go to the 54 more. It fits our residentials great. It's so smooth. We use the 60s on our big properties, but the 54 is definitely our go-to. That's what we get off the trailer first. So, Lone Wolf Landscape, who's ready for Equip? Equip's going to be awesome. It's going to be it's going to be awesome. RG said not going to Equip and going to hang out with Grow We Mow It. We're not even going to get into that. I will not host that on this show. No platform will be given to that. But it's been I'm looking forward to Equip. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. If you're going, use code GG50 and save 50% off your tickets. $15 you can get in the door right now. So it will be a good time though at Equip. I wanted to actually talk about the new purchase that we made. So I'm going to share it here first, and you'll see it in probably a day or two. I got caught up in an auction last night. I've been watching it for like 2 weeks now, and the auction was last night, and I ended up getting a 1.5 ton Mini X. So like a micro mini. It's it's just a little Chinese unit. They're all over the place. You see them on Marketplace. They're everywhere. But I got in a local auction here, and I got one close to me, like 35 minutes away, and I am pumped. Got a good deal on it. Got a lot of attachments for it, and I'm excited to see how it. I'm excited to see how it changes our company. It's going to save us so much time. It's going to save us hiring an employee it's going to save us hiring a third employee for our landscape crew right now, because the labor it's going to save on downspout extensions and just digging. Like, we have a ton of clay here, and even augers like struggle here. It's just so bad. So we're going to be able to just pop holes like that, little 3-gallon holes. That bucket will be perfect. Just pull that thing in there. Not mess up that much turf or anything. It'll go on a piece of plywood real easy. So it's a super small unit. I'm excited. If we do get in hardscape, now I can at least dig out a little bit. We can dig out for a retaining wall, dig out for a patio a little easier on our edges and stuff. We can move material if we need to easier. So I'm excited to see how it works for us. I don't know. We're gonna give it a shot. I got it and the attachments all for like less than $10,000. So I'm excited. We're gonna put it to work. Leroy said, I've heard they work quite well. I hope they do, man. How are you enjoying your 3-ton from Mr. Allman? Aren't you? I'm pretty sure, Will, didn't you pick up Caleb's cat there? I hope it's going well for you this year. If you did get that, if you're still in here. But what's up, guys? Coming in. We're just kind of hanging out, chatting tonight. Got a lot of people coming in and out here. I know it's a busy time of the year. Just recording a show here, answering any questions you got, anything you want to talk about. I actually had something that. So I want to talk about the Micro Mini, which we got, and that's what I just announced. So we'll show that here. I'll go pick that up probably Thursday, I imagine. Got to wire transfer money and stuff, so it's weird. But hopefully get that on Thursday, and then we'll put that to work next week maybe. But we've got a little project to finish up this week. Little is relative. 5 pallets of saw, but it's a commercial we're fixing where they put in fiber, and they put in... they left a bunch of bald spots, and so we got to go through and patch a bunch of residential lawns, which is going to be interesting. Don't know how it's going to go. Hope it goes well. It's bid well. We got good profit on it, so I hope it goes well. But excuse me, I got a little yawn there. It's getting late. But Leroy said perfect size for landscaping and hardscaping. Yeah, I love it, dude. I hope that you can grow with that machine. That's super cool to see. Alan said, Jonathan said, picked up a Server Pro 34 on stand-on today. Looking forward to knocking out almost all push mowing. That's awesome, man. I know that was a big step for you. That's super cool to hear that you did that. We got a 36 when we acquired these lawns here that we took on about a month ago. And I tell you what, that's been so great. We have 1 yard that we push mow now. 1 yard. That's it. Actually, two. We have 2 because the second one, there's a massive drop down, like 6 or 8 inch drop down, step down going into the backyard, and the stand on won't go in it. But 2 yards we push row now, and the stand on has made it so much easier. So I know that 34 Server Pro will be good for you. Paul said, so happy for you and your growth. Thanks, man. It's one day at a time. And we started this, and I wanted to talk about it's what the YouTube video was on. If you have not seen, we posted a long form YouTube video, And it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. It's been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube. But we're going to be more consistent. I'm not going to try to be more consistent. I am going to be more consistent with that. I want to go to the YouTube side. I know that's where a lot of stuff just stays there. It's evergreen content. You can always go back and reference it if you want to. So go check that out if you want. We go more in depth, kind of walk around the property today, talk about the costs involved with the tracks and things and machines and running your business, recouping that. So go over to the Growing Green Podcast YouTube channel and you'll see that video there. But Kyle said, what have you changed from last year to this year as your leadership goes for your company as it's doubled in size? So that's tough. It's really tough. We haven't totally doubled yet. We're probably not going to. Well, no, we will double. We're not going to hit my goal that I wanted. I wanted to get to 680 in revenue. I don't think we're going to hit it. I think we're going to be about 550 to 600. Probably. I think that's where we're going to end up, hopefully. But the leadership side, it's tough. It's developing every single day. It's something that I'm working on and working through of like, how do we train? I think a lot of it is like, how do we mechanize the right way to where we don't have just a bunch of hands standing around and people that we don't need. So I'm trying to mechanize as much as we can. I'm trying to cast a vision for where the company's going as much as we can, because if you don't do that, you're not going to have good buy-in from your employees. And like this week's purchase of that Micro Mini was like such a big step in, hey, this is where the company's going. Like that Mini X is going to save us so much labor that it gives them some hope and say, hey, we're not just going to be stuck digging ditches forever. Like, I want our company to go to new heights, do bigger projects, but not only do bigger projects, like make them fun to do. Make it where you actually enjoy getting up and going to work every day. And if you're having to hand dig downspouts for 50 foot, like you're not going to enjoy that. I don't care who you are. I don't even care if you like working with your hands. You're not going to enjoy that. Not in the ground that we have to work with here. And so that purchase, like mechanizing, spinning the dream, casting the vision, is what I'm really working on. We're trying to get as efficient as possible, really implementing LMN and getting our timesheets accurate, clocking in, clocking out of jobs the right way, because when we can track time accurately, we can see where we're going. And this is really like a test year almost. Like at the end of this year, we're going to be able to look back and say, hey, where did we spend our time? Because for the entire growing season, for the most part, our busy season, we've had LMN implemented. And so we're going to be able to look back in January of this coming year and say, hey, okay, let's tweak our budget. Let's see, where did we actually go? What did we actually do? And this year is like a growth year for sure, but it's like next year's our catapult year. This is our just like, hey, let's crawl, let's double. We'll double in size probably. We're not going to triple or anything like that. We're going to add some new equipment. The stand-ons was a good addition. Like, it's safer, it's more convenient, it's easier on the guys' bodies. On and off is easier. It's much quicker unloading and loading. Like, you save so much time on that, it's not even funny. And you can fit more in the truck. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just invest in those areas, try to cast a vision. And as we do that, make sure that I'm not losing leadership and trust along the way, saying, hey, we're going to get there. And just training the people we have, trying to bring new people on as we go, trying to find the right people. We actually had, it was the first time I've actually had someone, you see everybody say, I had someone supposed to show up and they didn't show up. I had a new hire that was supposed to show up coming from another landscape company, a foreman, went and interviewed, did a legit interview, talked through everything, made a formal offer, all that, and was set to start. He gave us 2 weeks notice, was set to start the Monday, I think a week ago. I texted him on Friday and said, hey, we're still good to start Monday, right? And he said, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing landscaping. And it's like, oh, that's so defeating. But you know what? You just move on to the next one, and you just go find really key, really good employees, good team members that you can take and build and grow with. And so we're working through that. Like, I've got a couple guys that are in college right now that are working, and we're just trying to figure out that dynamic of where can we fill certain roles, who can we bring on, who can we add in, and really build a really good base here before we do catapult next year, because that's the goal. Like, we are, like I said, 550 to 600 this year, hopefully. Next year, we'd like to go from 600 to 850 maybe. The next year, go from 850 to 1.2, something like that. And so we got a long way to go. A lot of projects to go on the ground, a lot of ways to learn, a lot of areas to grow in. But Christmas lights are coming up soon, and so that's part of it. We're going to be transitioning over to Christmas lights here in like 2 months, literally. People in our area are already advertising for it. I'll be emailing our current customers about it coming up in the next week or two probably. And so we're just trying to stay one step ahead, because with 4 full-time team members is like, hey, you got to keep 4 people busy all the time, and that's a lot of selling to do. And also, you want to keep them busy as much as you can in the wintertime. Like, you don't want to let that work drop off, because then you risk the chance of someone leaving, someone going to find another job, not coming back, and you're like, then you go into spring with your pants down because where did all my guys go? We spent all this time building a team this past year, and then you lose them all over the winter because, 1, you don't manage your money, or 2, you can't source the work for them. And so those are all things we're working through, trying to figure out as we go. Paul said, having the right equipment for you and your employees makes the jobs easier and shows how you take care of your stuff. Yes. Now, I will say, guys, when you get off the truck every day and you're not there, your equipment is going to start taking a beating, a little more than it would when you were there. And it's part of it. It's part of it. Things aren't going to get done quite as fast. Things aren't going to stay quite as nice. But what is your time worth? And I'm telling you right now, I'm in the field this week mowing, and we are not growing and working on the company the way that we should. Like, it's that obvious. It's very open. I'm very open to the guys about it. Like, they know this is not where I'm growing. The company does not grow when I'm out mowing grass. And so you have to be that clear with your guys and make sure that they know that, because if they don't, they're just going to think that you're sitting home taking a nap while they're out slaving for you. And like, that's not the thing at all. It's not about what you can do for me. It's you getting up to come to work every day is you coming to work for you. Like, you're coming to create your future, and you're doing it with inside of our organization. But like, I'm helping you out and helping you grow your career. And so in turn, we all grow together. And when you realize that and you can relay that to your employees, then that's when you see real growth, because they don't complain about me not being in the field with them. They understand when I'm not there, I'm working, I'm selling, I'm tweaking, and I'm trying to grow the actual company, working on it versus working in it. So yeah, there's my little rant there. Mac, what's up, dude? JS Mowing LLC, how are you liking the Q850s? The Q8s are awesome. I was literally thinking the other day, because I've had a couple people ask me that, and I literally thought to myself, I don't have one complaint about them. There's literally, and that's not a joke. Like, that's not a lie. I don't know one thing about the mower that I dislike. The design is great. There's a trash bag on there. The e-brake is super easy. The deck is super easy. It doesn't scalp hardly at all. Like, if you have ever worked a zero turn, ever worked a stand on, you're going to be great with it. There's a few things you got to learn, just how to take slopes and dips and like the crest of a hill. But other than that, they've been awesome. Like, they have been absolutely amazing. So that is how I like the Q8s. Lucas said, what is one system in your company you want to implement next? What is the one system I need or want to implement next? Probably, I'm working really hard on trying to do one-on-one meetings. That's something that I've been told that we should be doing every single week, and I think that I know I need to be better at that. That's something that we have to work on. It's creating the time, and it's hard to do when you don't have a location. That's an excuse. That's an excuse, guys. I'm being honest. It's an excuse, but it's going to be a little bit easier when you have someplace to sit down, have a drink. Hey, let's talk. Like, let's come in after a long day. Let's go sit down and be comfortable and talk, as opposed to stand out in the 105-degree heat and chat about how you can, like, tell me your goals and how can we make you better. Like, that's not the mood. That's not the setting for anyone. And so it's also hard to do in the mornings, because like, we need to go. We need to get there and get going. And it's hard to ask guys to come in early and talk about that. It's just, we're trying to figure that out. So one-on-one direct report meetings is something that I'm really trying to work on. And I'm also trying to really work on defining roles and job expectations. And so those are things that we're working through, and that's probably what I'm going to work on the most next. Mike said, how do you float it? So that's the crazy thing. That was my question, Mike. Seriously, when I bought these, I said, how am I going to float the deck? Like, I literally always had my foot on the foot pedal on the zero turn. Literally, I always have it down. I was like, this is going to scalp everything. I'm not joking. I don't hardly ever have to float it. Like, the only time you have to raise and lower it is if you're running over something solid, like some roots or something like that on a tree, or if you're cresting the top of a hill. If you're cresting the top of a slope or something, you got to raise it up a little bit because it will bottom out at the top. But other than that, it literally doesn't scalp. It blows my mind. I don't understand how they engineer the deck so different than, because it's the same deck as the zero turn. I don't know why they cut so differently, but they do. I don't know if it's the angles you take. The machine might be a little more narrow. I don't understand it, but it literally doesn't scalp. I'm not joking. It doesn't scalp. It blows my mind every day. Southern Sun's Max about to attack Jeremiah. What's up, Andrew? Long time no talk, dude. Hope you're doing well. Jonathan said, tested the new John Deere to Equip last year and was very impressed with how easy it was to feather the deck. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you have to feather the deck, it's easy. You can just pull it up real fast, run over. You keep your left hand on the handlebars, and you can feather it and drop it back down and go. But there's literally there's no feathering involved, really. It's wild. It blows my mind. Landscapes by me. I take 5 to 10 minutes in the morning with all guys talking about the day before and their goals. Yes, so we always have about a 5 or 10 minute meeting in the morning, talking about the day, what they got laid out for them, what do we need to have done, what's some extras that we need to be doing. That's all good. We definitely do that. I want to go into more one-to-one meetings, getting actually one-on-one reports of where people want to go, where they want to be in 5 years, things like that. And because when they figure that out, it helps me figure out where we need to go. And so it's kind of a process, again, they're coming to work for themselves. They're growing their career with inside of our organization. So when they realize that, and they realize that the profit that the company makes is just pouring back into them, then you have a really good system in place. And so that's a top priority for me going into the next year. Paul said, I'm going to take another look at them. I really like the Ferris Z3X, but I want to look at the Q850R again. I don't know much about the Ferris. I've literally never used a Ferris. I have seen too many breakdowns, though. That's been my biggest holdup, is when I was looking at switching years ago, I was like, I see people and follow people on Instagram all the time that they always are broken. And I don't know if that's true or not. I just know, I don't know if it's true for everybody, if there's a bad batch, but I always see them being fixed by people. And it's I don't have time for that. That's not happening. I can tell you, I've run deer for 6 years. I've put my mower in a shop less than 10 times in 6 years. And those 10 times, it's crazy stuff. I can't even think. I think a bearing blew one time on a spindle. There's been some PTO issues. 10 is pushing it. I don't even think it's been 10 times. And with the deer, with the program that we use at our dealer, they have a never stop program. And so we never don't have a mower. Especially now that COVID, we've got a little more influx of machines and stuff. During COVID, it was tough to fulfill, but now it's back on of if they have to take my mower in for service and it's under warranty, it's got to be under warranty. But if they have to take it in for service and it's going to be more than 24 hours to fix it, they give you a loaner mower. And it's usually at least the same size. And that's not always the case, but who cares? In that moment, I just need a mower to keep going. And so that's not as big of a deal for me at this moment because I do have a backup now. But as soon as we start running 2 crews full time, then that's going to be a bigger deal again because we won't have backup mowers. So it's been great for us. I tell you, are they going to have some weird stuff probably happen with them? They're the first batch, the first units to come out of this series. They're going to have things mess up over time, I'm sure. 75, 80 hours in, 0 complaints, 0 issues. I would buy one again tomorrow. Lone Wolf said, Skag XL V-Ride is a beast. I have had, I've seen Skags. I thought about going to Skags to go to the V-Rides a couple years ago. I also have a buddy who said, hey, these deer cut better than any Skag that I've ever had. And so it's kind of just where does your dealer support fit the best? The deer dealers give me the best support. My Tri-Green dealer is the best option that I have around here. They just put a location 15 minutes from my house, which is even better. And so I would have a decent Skag dealer. I would have a decent Exmark dealer. But the service times on both of those are not as good as what I would like. And so right now I've built a good relationship with my dealer at Tri-Green. I'm in and out usually, even with service and repairs, in a day or two at most. And so that's been a huge blessing for sure. Caught up on questions. Some new people coming in. What's up, guys? We're just recording a show, hanging out here late night, just talking about some things. We just bought a new micro mini excavator, which is going to be awesome to put to work here in the next couple of days and weeks ahead. It's going to help with our downspout extensions tremendously. Hopefully get us into some more French drain projects and stuff. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. It's going to be a fun process to try it out. And I hope it goes well. I've seen people run them and use them, but we're going to see what works for us. And so I think it'll be good. This has been a fun 30 minutes hanging out so far. If anybody's got any questions, drop them in, or we will go ahead and wrap this thing up. I know it's late for you guys on the East Coast. You're getting almost to 10 o'clock here, so I don't want to hold you too much longer. But it's been good. It's been good chatting. It's been good catching up. Haven't done a live in a while. I said, hey, let's take this. Let's turn it into a podcast because not everybody can watch this. And we talked through some good conversation today. Like I think that implementing those systems of having those one-to-one meetings, casting the vision, making sure your employees know that stuff, then that is the best thing for me to be doing at this time. I'm sorry I was reading the comment. Lawn Dude Lawn Man said, you go with the Rhino Micro Mini. No, I did not go with the Rhino Micro Mini simply because I love the dealer support. The dealer chipper is awesome, literally fantastic. I love my mini skid. I found one at an auction much cheaper than what they were going to give me, and I didn't have to drive 3 hours for it. And so now, hey, I'm not going to have that dealer support, and so that could come back to bite me because I don't even know how to work on them that well. But it's a gas engine, it's a Brixton Stratton, so I could probably find someone around to work on it. It's not a diesel or anything like that. Pretty easy. Who knows? We're going to see. At the end of the day, it's 10 G's. 10 G's is not going to put us out of business, but it really could help propel us down the road. So it is what it is. And so in a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, that's going to be a minor investment for hopefully a big reward coming from it. So I got it in an auction. I don't know if you missed that earlier. I got it at an auction, and I got it for a really good price. So that's that. Paul said, I've only had a few issues with my Z930M. I'm borrowing a Z950M for the rest of the season before I buy a new one. Cheaper for me currently. There you go. Do what works, dude. That's cool to see. I love my Z930s. That's one of the ones. I kept one as a backup. Still run that thing every so often. So it is cool to see that the John Deere fam is out there. I love it. They just make good stuff. Like, their stuff just doesn't break, and that's the thing. It may not stripe as good as your favorite Ferris or Wright or Skag or whatever. It's just not for me. At the end of the day, it's just not. The Deeres don't break. Mike said, we just had an auction that had $3,000 micro mini X's going. That's Canadian too. So probably $2,000. Holy cow, that's crazy. I should have bought that and had it shipped. $2,000 for mini X. That's wild. I ended up paying more than that. I got mine for like $8,000, but man, that's crazy. Yeah, Lucas said John Deere gang. Yes, sir. Good deal on Micro Mini. Loving my R1000 mini skid. Thanks again for the recommending. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm telling you, dude, Chippers it's a great dealer. They ship across the nation. The 1000 is like, are you going to have some issues out of it down the road? Yes. It's a Chinese machine. You're getting it for $7,000 or $8,000 cheaper than a comparable unit. So, like, take it for what it is. They have a great 1 year warranty, service and labor and parts. Like, they ship across the country for free. My unit that I have, the 1000, has gone down in price significantly, like 5 G's. It's gone way down. Their new 1200 is a much better unit, like much, much better unit. I've seen that thing in person. They've upgraded. Every complaint that I've had about mine is all upgraded on this one. 100%. Check them out. Check out Chipper LLC or Iron Rhino if you want to look at getting a mini skid. But yeah, Paul said mine stripe great. Yeah, of course. Like, they stripe just as good. Everything I've seen, they stripe just as good. Lucas said I have a Q820 on the M. Oh, that's awesome. Q820 is on the way. Dang, that's super cool. Mike said I picked up a couple cheap mini skids. Oh, that's super cool. Paul Cameron DM me. I don't think anybody called me, but we'll check them out. Mike said I'll buy yours for $10K. Mike Robinson did. RG said that. Mike Pletz said I picked up a couple cheap mini skids. What do you mean you picked up some mini skids, Mike? How cheap are we talking? Like mine was $8,800, I think. How cheap are you talking for a mini skid, and what size mini skid? Because the 1000, like that MT100, the Dingo 1000s, like what is that? Brian said the night before homework is due. Let's go. I love it. That's good. That's good stuff. I want to know how cheap you got your mini skid for. You can DM if you don't want to put it out there, but that's cool. I really bid on a couple. I bid on a couple mini skids, but they ended up going. I wasn't going to drop on what they wanted. 4,000, 3,000 small mini skids, dude. I tell you, $3,000 and $4,000 though for those little units to load mulch, to load rock, like do little, just move material without having to do it by your hand. Worth every penny. Worth every single penny. So I promise you want to look at investing in those. Maybe if you're not ready for a 1000 series, guys, but you want something that you don't want to keep shoveling mulch, you don't want to keep moving dirt around by hand if you're doing landscape installs, look at some of those. That's really cool. Lawn Dude said Shipper LLC has A+ customer service. They do. I'm telling you, I've had zero issues, no complaints from them. BMF Lawn Care, does that machine allow a brush cutter attachment? The 1000, the mini skid, it does, yes. They have it. Any hydraulic attachment you can think of, they've got it. Just about brush cutter, bush hog, trencher. Pallet forks, buckets, soil conditioners, Harley rakes, all of it. Just about it's got it. So yeah, you can get just about any hydraulic mini skid attachment for it. Will fit on there. You just the mounting style, you can't get a Bobcat mounting style. You got to get like the Toro or the Universal mounting. That's another reason I would never buy a Bobcat personally. I don't want to be stuck to having. They have their own mounting style. You have to buy Bobcat attachments, and so I'm not a fan of that. I'm not quite sure how they get away with it. Why people actually do that? I mean, the machines just must be that good for me to not being allowed to buy any other equipment, any other attachments, I should say, because of the mounting style. But I know I've seen Luke with LJ Property Service in New York say he's had major problems with his MT100. So I don't know. I've seen him go good and bad. Who knows? But anyway. All right, guys, we are 40 minutes in. If you got any other questions, drop them real quick here below. We'll wrap up in about 4 minutes, probably at the top of the hour. But it's been a good show. It's been cool hanging out, networking, just talking. That's what it literally is about here. But back to the flipping the mower thing before we wrap up. The comments on that were killing me. We were on a very steep hill. The truck was parked on a steep hill. The picture does not show the dovetail that we have on our box truck. That's why it gets so steep. We don't just have ramps going up. We have ramps leading up to a steeper dovetail. And so that's dovetail paired with the truck being parked downhill. That was the issue. And so it caused that mower to flip back. You live, you learn, you move on. It was so funny watching people freak out about it. Like we did have roll bars. No crap, you don't have roll bars on the stand on. Like, have you ever cut grass before? Have you ever seen a mower? Sorry, guys. Did it hurt the mower? No, it really didn't. It scraped up the handlebars a little bit. Pushed the grease cap on the caster wheel, pushed it down in there. That's about it, literally. There's been hardly no damage. So that was awesome to see as well. Like, not only do they not break, like mowing wise, they're just built durable. Like, they literally just don't break. The thing was upside down. And so it was weird, though. It was weird seeing those blades like that sticking straight up in the air. Like, if you got your foot caught in that, stay away. Don't want to have any part in it. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you for listening to the show. If you're listening here on the podcast, like we said, Equip Expo tickets. You can use code GG50 and get in for 50% off. Go check out LMM if you want to go. Like I said, if you want to go watch that YouTube video talking about recouping costs and things like that for those tracks. Spent $550 on tracks today. Spent $500 on trailer tires today. Spent $200 on wheelbarrow yesterday. And it's just like, my gosh, where do you pay for all of this? And if you're not recouping it, if you're not figuring out how to add that back as the year goes on, it's going to hurt you and you will go out of business at some point. So go check it out. Element Software. It's awesome. We clock in and out of every job. It's great. The crew app's awesome. New stuff, new updates every single day. And so we're excited to see the future of how we use it and implement it and take it and grow it in our company and take us to new heights, because we're not just going to be mowing forever. We're getting into more landscapes. Like we said with the Micro Mini, that's going to be a huge addition, getting into landscapes. Hopefully, potentially get into a little bit of hardscapes, little walls and stuff. We can actually dig them out now the right way. And so it'll be a huge addition for us. So got a couple stragglers coming in here before we wrap up, but we've been going for about 40 minutes. If you want to hear this conversation, head on over to the podcast. Come give us a big 5-star rating or review if you did enjoy it. Those really help us. And head over to YouTube. Where I'm going to be more consistent with posting over there. I'm not really sure the route that I'm going to go on the content yet. If you have any ideas or suggestions or wants, let me know. And we'll consider that, because I'm not totally sure on that. But we're just going to start posting, kind of walking through our growth journey of what growing the business actually looks like on the day-to-day, and taking you along with us. So that's what it's all about, guys. But thank you for tuning in. It's been a joy getting to come to you 40 minutes here tonight. And if you're listening here on the podcast side, whenever you're listening, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world. So without any further ado, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. That's going to wrap this one up, and we'll catch everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.